What's up guys, Daniel here again, and today this is going to be the first installment of Throwback Thursday. We're going to start things off going back to the glory days of sports car racing. Today we're going to take the Group 5 Corvette for a spin in RaceRoom Racing Experience. Now, I don't know the exact specs, but I do know this car has a ton of power. The brakes don't seem to be that great, and the handling doesn't seem to be that great. There seems to be a lot of body roll in the corners with this car, so it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm using a wheel and an H-pattern shifter for this situation, just so I can kind of pretend like I'm driving the real stick shift car. And I do have to say, using the H-pattern shifter is a lot of fun with these super high horsepower cars. You just get a good sense of satisfaction when you row through the gear and then slam on the gas, and you hear that engine sound just blast. We're going to race on the Nurburgring Grand Prix circuit today, and I messed up going into turn 1. I braked way too late and overshot the turn pretty badly, but gonna make up for that over the course of the race. Got the AI on about 95% difficulty in this race, which just happens to be a really solid challenge, and they really give me a run for my money the whole time. I have a really hard time making up any room. I find that RaceRoom's AI is actually very challenging overall, and it gives you a really good race if you don't have a chance to hop online and race real people, which can be an issue sometimes with RaceRoom because their lobbies seem to be very spread out, and there's really not very many people online at any given time anyway. So I do most of my RaceRoom sessions offline with the AI, and they put up a pretty good challenge and give me a good chance to have fun with the car and the track that I'm on. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this car on this track. I've been using these Group 5 cars a little bit more recently. I heard about these cars from another YouTuber actually. Can't remember exactly which channel it was, but I just remember looking through and like, oh man, I didn't even realize these cars existed in RaceRoom. They look like a lot of fun, because I do most of my racing obviously with the more modern series, but going back to these like 70s and 80s cars it gives you a bit more of like a raw, visceral racing experience. It can be a lot of fun. I let the AI field basically just fill in the rest of the cars through this series, and I'm not too terribly familiar with each one, but I do know, as you can definitely see in the video, that the guy behind me is in a different car and it's got a very different profile. He's definitely good in the corners, or not, maybe not good, but he's definitely better than I am in the corners, but has nowhere near the full straight line acceleration that we do in the vet. So it's a bit of an interesting race. You can kind of think of the Group 5 race as, you know, these characters and these cars being good on the straights and not that great on the turns, kind of like your average street car. You know, where you want to put all your money into souping it up and putting as much power in as possible to make it as fast as possible, but you don't put too much money or too much time into suspension or the tires or the brakes, which, as you can see here, are equally as important. I think this Corvette just sounds absolutely amazing. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I'm the kind of guy that enjoys car sounds from a lot of different type of engines. It's not just like, oh, I only like American V8s or something like that. You know, there's amazing sounding cars from all the way from 4-cylinder to 12-cylinder. But this Vet just sounds amazing. The fact that we have a boosted V8 just makes it even more insane. You can just you get on the throttle and you hear that V8 start to wind up, and then you start to hear that forced air coming on, and you just, I know, it just helps you feel like you're going super fast when you actually are. Well, this race is getting ready to wrap up here in a bit, guys, and it was pretty fun for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. That's it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you want to see a weekly series where we go back in time and look at old cars, old tracks, and even old games themselves, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on anything. Once again, I'm Daniel, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.